Well, the police chief calls it the most horrific event in Collierville history. Tonight, new information about the gunman after more than a dozen people were shot inside a West Tennessee Kroger this afternoon. Welcome to News 2 at 10. I'm Bob Mueller.
And I'm Haley Wilgus. This is what the scene looks like tonight. We know the shooter was a subcontractor who was doing some work in the deli department of that Kroger. 13 people injured and 2 people dead, including the gunman. The victim of the shooting is now identified as 70-year-old Olivia King. Her family says Olivia went grocery shopping after she went to church this morning. In part, her family says, quote, "We ask that you pray for the repose of the soul of our mother, Olivia." The family also asked for prayers for the other victims and for mercy on the shooter and his family. News 2's Mai Owens is joining us now live from the scene in Collierville.
Mai, a lot of police activity all day long. How is it there tonight?
Well, Bob, still very early stages in the investigation. Shots went firing out at around 1 o'clock this afternoon. When police arrived, they found multiple people shot, employees hiding, some even inside of coolers. But take a look at what we're seeing exactly right now. Still a fairly active scene here. All of the entrances to this Kroger have been blocked off. And as you said, the police chief calling it the most horrific event that's occurred in Collierville history. Now, multiple witnesses say they heard at least a dozen shots. Collierville Police Chief Dale Lane confirming 13 people were shot, 1 person killed. The suspected shooter is also dead, possibly from a self-inflicted gunshot. Now, we have been told the shooter was a subcontractor in the deli department here. Officers and SWAT team members went aisle to aisle in the store, finding people who may have been hiding. Now, we have been told there were 44 employees inside at the time of the shooting. Tonight, 1 employee is being held a hero after telling her coworkers to remain calm and find a safe place to hide, even calling the mother of one of the victims. Take a listen to her as she describes the chaotic scene.
All I heard was the guy coming through the deli part, and we heard 3 gunshots. It sounded like they were balloons. And when I noticed that it was gunshots, I told 2 of my employees and 3 customers to follow me in the back. So we ran. And when we ran, we came through the back. And there's an opening back there, like in the receiving department, there's a door. We had to go to the back. And there's another area where they got the trash cans and everything like that. So I closed the door to the area, and we all ducked. And that's when the guy came out there with the gun.
Now, when we arrived, we were told by police that right now they are working to contact all of the employees so that they can come back here and take their car out of the parking lot. We've also been told 2 employees that were sent to the hospital have since been released, but still a lot of unanswered questions here tonight as to the motive. If that employee was fired, if he was disgruntled, still a very long way into this investigation as they continue to sort of put these pieces together. But what we do know is there are a lot of prayers being said here tonight. Reporting live in Collierville, Mai Owens, News 2.
Thank you, Mai. This is video now from behind that Kroger store where many of the shooting victims were found. The FBI evidence team, along with ATF agents, continue to search for clues tonight. There were as many as 42 evidence markers on the ground. Now, officers were armed with rifles, and the bomb squad was also there. And tonight, we're hearing from witnesses who were inside that store when gunfire rang out.
This man or person ran in and shot, and everyone, kind of went to the floor.
Whoever the shooter was moving as they were going, because it sounded like it was coming closer to me. Even though I was running away, it sounded like it was coming, more. I don't know if it was echoing from the back of the store.
Now, a Mid-South man pulled out his cell phone during the chaos as a man on the roof of the Kroger tried to tell police where the shooter was. Jason Lusk shared this video with our sister station. It shows a man with his arms up trying to help police find the suspect. He starts pointing down the parking lot as officers armed with guns move closer to the scene. Lusk says he got down when he heard gunfire.
I crawled around to the passenger seat my vehicle, opened the passenger door, opened it, and got my phone out and was able to catch some of the shots on video, and then the police arriving. I stopped videoing at some points because I was in fear for my life.
Lusk was not hurt. He says he never saw the shooter.
Representatives from the ATF are also in Collierville processing the scene. Special agent in charge Mickey French tells us that agents will be taking a close look at the gun to help uncover what led to this shooting.
We'll ensure whether or not the suspect was either a prohibited person or not. If he was prohibited, then we're going to follow up and find out who provided that gun to him or her, and any other follow-up as needed. Was the gun purchased legally? Is it a legal firearm? Is it an illegal firearm? So there's several things that will take a little bit because it's a fluid scene.
Canine officers will also assist in processing the scene to make sure there are no shell casings or other evidence left behind.
News 2 will continue to closely follow this story. We have a crew in Collierville, and we will keep you updated with any new information on WKRN.com.